Right now on CBS 4 News at 10 o'clock, a live look outside at a soaked South Florida. Your weather station has what you can expect tomorrow after today's downpour.
Plus, the heavy rains couldn't have come at a worse time. How the wet weather could put a damper on Super Bowl 44.
Toyota's got a plan to fix millions of recalled vehicles. I'm Gwen Belton. Coming up, we'll talk to one South Florida dealership getting ready for the onslaught of customers.
Good evening, I'm Dewan Strader.
And I'm Erica Von Teal. The news starts now.
From Miami-Dade, Broward, and the Keys, this is CBS 4 News on MY33.
First at 10 o'clock, heavy rains pour a flood of trouble over South Florida, soaking streets, stalling cars, and slowing traffic.
Live look right now. In a minute at Doppler 4 radar showing the rain has pushed offshore, but more changes are headed our way. Meteorologist Craig Setzer will have your forecast in just a few minutes.
Yes, but we begin with the aftermath of today's downpour. CBS 4's Carrie Kahn has more from Davie.
Let the cleanup begin. Monday's rainstorms dumped loads of water on Broward County.
It's probably the worst I've seen in about 15 years.
George Luciano watched the water nearly flow into the two buildings on his property, not to mention his pool.
Your pool doubled in size this
I think it quadrupled.
A few friends with water pumps came in handy, helping to send hundreds of gallons of water into a nearby canal. The wet and flooded roads in Southwest Ranches claimed this brand new Honda. The driver tried to make a U-turn on Dykes Road near Griffin Road and ended up in the swale. She was too embarrassed to talk about it. Some neighbors removed the car and the water from inside. The car might be a total loss. Other commuters struggled on the roads. Ted Kerbin says it's been a decade since he's seen it this bad at his Southwest Ranches home. He wants to know why the city doesn't have better drainage.
These people told me that for years now they'll improve on the drainage and they haven't. We shouldn't go through this kind of aggravation.
Aggravation all over, from streets to yards. By nightfall, the sound of the water pump echoed loudly through this Davie neighborhood, a verbal reminder of the visuals we saw all day.
Such a mess. That was Carrie Codd reporting. Now, this is not the kind of weather any of us wanted for the start of Super Bowl week. Meteorologist Craig Setzer joins us now with more. And Craig, do you have good news for football fans?
I think I do. If you're playing football tomorrow, it's not going to be as wet as it was today. But more on that news coming up in just a bit. Here's what's going on tonight on Real-Time Doppler 4. Most of the heavy rain has moved offshore. We still have a few leftover showers right now working their way across South Florida. What did we get so far today? Check out some of these rainfall totals. We set records at both Miami and also in Key West. If we go to that records board, you'll see that rainfall amounts were 2.8 inches in Miami and 1.59 inches in Key West. Some of our rainfall amounts, check that out, man. Cooper City, over 8 inches of rain. Southwest Ranches, over 7 inches. Pembroke Pines, also 7.5 inches. Hollywood, about 4.25 inches. In Weston, 3.5 inches. And flooding this afternoon, widespread across especially parts of Broward County. Sunny Isles Beach in Miami-Dade, over 5 inches. Aventura, 4.25. Opelika, over 3. And Richmond Heights, about 3 inches of rain. Miami Shores, 2 3/4. The soggy storm system that brought us the rain is starting to move on out. We're still going to have a little bit of moisture around tomorrow, so few showers in the forecast, but rain relief is on the way, and I will have the Super Bowl forecast coming up in just a little bit.
Rain relief sounds good. Craig, thank you. For real-time weather information any time of the day, log on to our website at cbs4.com/weather.
Well, with Super Bowl 44 less than 6 days away, both teams are in South Florida tonight getting ready for the big showdown. The New Orleans Saints arrived today at Miami International Airport. The Indianapolis Colts landed at Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport. Now, the rival teams will be a county apart. The Colts are staying in Fort Lauderdale, and the Saints will be at a hotel in downtown Miami. And Super Bowl week got off to a very rainy start today in South Florida, as you heard from Craig. But despite the water, fans are fired up and hope that history won't repeat itself. A history I remember all too well.
The first week of Super Bowl on South Beach is looking more like a washout. Restaurants empty and visitors trying to stage ride.
You know, it's not good, but the best we can do is just make the best of it, I guess.
Crews from across the country are making their way into soggy South Florida as they work to build stages in the rain.
Yeah, I'd like to speak to the local weather department. This isn't what I saw in all the movies about Miami.
Maybe not, but if you were here in South Florida in 2007 for Super Bowl 41, this might look familiar. The Super Bowl was a washout and had many running for cover. Even I was forced to get a poncho to do my report. So could we be in for a repeat?
It can't happen twice. It's not going to happen twice.
Clevelander bartender Juan Lorente passed a time serving very few customers in the rain by doing tricks. He believes Mother Nature will be nice to us on Sunday.
Hope, and I think it's going to be different. I think it's going to be maybe a little bit cloudy, but it's not going to be this rain going on. So we're going to have a lot of business.
But the rain did put a little damper on preps by the networks getting ready for the big day.
Well, the majority of the set we got up, it's basically the technical, the electronics and things like that. We've got to hold off a little bit there. Guys had to take some breaks because we couldn't get them out there with thunder and everything else. But we're a little bit behind, but tomorrow we should be able to make it up.
And while some have a problem with the rain, others like this tourist from Canada welcome it.
What are you going to do? Put an umbrella over the stadium? Come on. They get to play in snow up north. It's hot rain.
It's hot rain. Well, CBS 4 is your official Super Bowl station, committed to bringing you team coverage of the big game and the star-studded parties. Thursday and Friday, CBS 4 News at 5 o'clock, 6 and 11. Live will be at Loomis Park with special coverage of the Super Bowl festivities. We'll also tackle Super Bowl weekend with big specials. In addition to our regular newscasts at 6 and 11 o'clock on Saturday, we'll bring you specials at noon and 7 live from Loomis Park with reporters fanned out across South Florida. And on Sunday, we're taking our coverage live to the site of Super Bowl 44, Sun Life Stadium. Look for our specials at 7 a.m., 11 a.m., and again after Super Bowl 44. You can watch it all on our sister station, CBS 4.
We have new details tonight in a safety alert involving millions of popular cars and trucks. Auto giant Toyota says it's fixing a problem that poses a danger for anyone on the road. CBS 4's Gwen Belton is live at a dealership in Doral with more on what customers should know. Gwen?
Erica, Toyota says it has come up with a fix to its accelerator problem, and they hope to get started on it this week, alleviating a problem that has been a nightmare for dealerships like South Florida Toyota in Doral. Dealerships anxious to get their customers back on the road safely.
It has been a public relations nightmare for South Florida Toyota.
It has impacted everybody's business, shutting down the plants, not receiving the inventory, and the slowdown in sales because of the concerns from the people.
This empty showroom, says General Manager Leo Perez, is proof the recall by Toyota of millions of vehicles is hitting them where it hurts. But now Toyota has come up with a way to fix a faulty accelerator pedal on 8 different models that stick. Technicians will install this steel reinforcement bar that should stop a friction problem that's causing the pedal to stick. Perez says they're anxious to move forward.
It's been a real trying experience, but you know what? Thank God there's always light at the end of the tunnel.
Toyota announced it will start sending out the parts to dealerships this week and training technicians to install them. Perez says they've got 47 technicians on staff.
They know what the job is, they know what the responsibility involved, and they're ready to take it on.
Toyota says it will start notifying customers this week, letting them know when to take their vehicles in for the fix.
In the meantime, Perez says he's confident Toyota can fix its reputation at the same time. Evident, he says, by loyal customers still standing by them during one of the largest recalls ever.
This is something that can happen to any company.
This is the best Toyota.
All right. Now, General Manager Leo Perez here at South Florida Toyota says once they get the parts in and their technicians are trained, they're going to be working around the clock to fix their customers' cars, and hopefully they can get back to business as usual. In Doral, Gwen Belton, CBS 4 News at 10.
New tonight, police will release the sketch tomorrow of a man who could be connected to the murder of a model. Today, Paula Sludewski's sister put up these posters across South Florida, hoping someone out there will come forward with information in her death. Sludewski was partying at Club Space alone last month after her boyfriend Kevin Klein was kicked out. Klein says that he went back to their Miami Beach hotel and called police, but Sludewski didn't return. Her charred body was later found in a dumpster in North Miami. Now, there is a $15,000 reward for information leading to an arrest.
The man accused of gunning down 4 family members at a Thanksgiving dinner has pleaded not guilty. Attorneys for Palm Marriage entered a written plea for him today after his former arraignment was canceled. Marriage faces murder charges in the deaths of his twin sisters and 6-year-old cousin. Marriage's attorneys are expected back in court on Friday to argue for a gag order on evidence in that case. The Miami-Dade Police Department has a new director. Mayor Carlos Alvarez named interim director James Loftus to the post today. Loftus has been running the department since former director Bobby Parker retired in October. Loftus is a 26-year veteran of the force who's held a number of command positions. He says he'll cut $1.5 million from the police budget without affecting public safety.
President Barack Obama wants to change the way your tax dollars will be spent next year. But the new budget aimed at saving money and reducing debt includes a lot of spending. We'll break it down for you coming up.
Plus, helping Haiti one child at a time. How a new documentary from a South Florida TV star helped complete one Florida family who adopted 2 orphans.
And the biggest event in sports is bringing much more than football fans to South Florida. A behind-the-scenes look at the media frenzy surrounding Super Bowl 44. Stay with me.
President Barack Obama has unveiled and sent Congress the 2011 budget. It's nearly $4 trillion spending plan that's designed to attack double-digit unemployment. The new budget gives more money to education programs, research, and clean energy development. It freezes spending, though, on some domestic programs. It includes a new tax on banks and increases taxes on families making more than $250,000 a year. This 2011 budget boosts this year's federal deficit to a record-breaking $1.56 trillion. But the budget is just a blueprint, and both sides agree there will be major changes before Congress approves it. And the new federal budget grounded plans to put an American back on the moon by 2030. The Obama administration nixed NASA's $100 billion moon mission. Instead, the president pledged $6 billion over 5 years, encouraging private companies to build spaceships and rent them out to NASA. The second moon mission was planned 7 years ago today after the Columbia shuttle disaster.
Now to the latest on the devastation in Haiti. The federal government is helping Florida cover the cost for treating earthquake victims. Governor Charlie Crist made the announcement today at Miami International Airport. Last week, flights from Haiti were stopped after reports surfaced that the governor had said that Florida hospitals were reaching capacity. Today, Chris denied ever saying that. Military flights from Haiti resumed this morning. Meanwhile, Haiti's prime minister says that 10 Americans accused of kidnapping Haitian children may face a lenient court if they were acting in good faith. The Baptist group was arrested after trying to take 33 Haitian children to the Dominican Republic. Officials noticed that none of the children have passports or paperwork on them. The Americans say that they were on a mission to save orphans. Officials are considering moving their trial to the United States. And child trafficking is a major concern in Haiti. The Haitian government has stopped nearly all new adoptions, but the earthquake actually sped up adoptions of orphans who were already being processed.
CBS 4's Atalia Zaya has a look at one Florida family which is now complete and the orphanage that made it possible.
Can you sit up for just a minute, baby? Thank you.
Kara and Kevin Boone have been trying to adopt 3-year-old Rebecca and 4-year-old Caravans from Haiti for the last 3 years.
We just knew that our children were waiting for us and that we had to find them. And here they are.
Up until the earthquake hit, the governmental red tape was a huge challenge. But the quake changed everything. Within 2 weeks, the State Department cleared the kids to come to the U.S.
And we don't have to worry about their safety or how they are or if they're doing okay because they're with us now, and it's such a wonderful joy to have them.
Often feel powerless.
Tonight, they came to the screening of a documentary made about the orphanage who helped bring their family together, 3 Angels. South Florida TV star David Noronha was so inspired by 3 Angels' work as an orphanage, school, and medical clinic in Haiti, he had to tell the story.
I think the thing that's moved me the most is to see how one person who decides not to walk away can make something much bigger happen.
3 Angels founder Gretchen Heidkins says all 26 kids in their orphanage are now home with U.S. families. And though she knows the orphans still in Haiti must be protected from predators, she disagrees with the Haitian government's ban on nearly all new adoptions.
They're not caring for the children. You know, what are you going to do for these orphans?
Kevin and Kara are just grateful they've taken 2 kids out of the devastation and into their family.
I have a happy handful. We can be happier with our family all together at last.
Natalia Zaya, CBS 4 News at 10.
It's still good to see.
So sweet. A happy handful.
Yes, indeed. Well, not so happy handful today for a lot of drivers out there having to deal with all this rain.
Oh, is this a mess out there today, Craig?
An unhappy deluge is what it was today. Not happy at all. Sunny Isles Beach picked up over 5.44 inches. The weather bug sites clicking off the rainfall amounts this afternoon fast and furiously. Aventura, 4.25 inches. Some of our heavier amounts in Broward. Southwest Ranches, 7.38 in Pembroke Pines. Nearly 5 inches of rain, and that coming in dry season. Amazing temperatures, though, tonight are rather pleasant. And elsewhere across South Florida, temperatures in the upper 60s to the low 70s. Very nice evening out there weather-wise. Across the state, a bit cooler to the north. We have a warm front draped across South Florida. That's what kind of stalled out and helped focus our heavy rainfall today and is now going to be moving back to the north. And as it does, our rain chances will go down. We'll still see some spotty showers around, but the heavy rain threat is decreasing. Here's the radar satellite in motion. You can see the big blob of rain that kind of hung up there in Broward for a while and then moved its way back to the south. But for the most part, just a few leftover showers tonight, a few showers around tomorrow, and then things improve. Upper level disturbance is moving across the Gulf until that gets east of us later in the day tomorrow. We'll still keep our rain chances there. I just don't think we're going to see this widespread heavy rain. And then dry air in the western Gulf comes in for Wednesday and Thursday, and that's when it's going to be rather nice. So there's the warm front tonight. Still some leftover showers. The whole system lifts north as we go through the night and tonight and through the day tomorrow. Our 2 for tomorrow calling for a mix of sun and clouds and warm, a little bit breezy, a few showers around and on the humid side, but it looks like then our pattern is going to change again. Here comes the cold front on the backside of the system. It swings on through by tomorrow evening. So then sun and breeze and quite nice. Lower humidities as we go into Wednesday. A little more humid Thursday. The front comes back north again on Friday. So warm and breezy, some quick showers, temperatures back in the 80s. And then Saturday, here comes another cold front down. So it's warm, cold, warm, cold. Just want to end up on the right note by Sunday. Saturday, an early shower, breezy and cooler. Sunday, I think it is going to end up on the right note. High pressure builds in, dry air, super sunny for the Super Bowl day, and chilly at night. You may need a jacket if you're going to be out and about a Super Bowl night. Our forecast then for tonight looks like this. Spotty showers, a mild breeze with a low near 67 degrees. The flood watch has been dropped. For tomorrow, a few showers around, warm and humid. High temperature near 82 degrees. If you're boating, southwest winds 10 to 15 on the water. They'll become northerly late in the day. Here we go through the end of the week. A few showers tomorrow, 82, 77, and beautiful on Wednesday. A sun and breeze on Friday, 80. Saturday, warm, high near 84 degrees, and then Saturday, 77, Friday, 84. Sunday, super sunny, looking fantastic for the Super Bowl. Back to you.
That's what we like to hear.
We're holding you to that, Greg.
Yes, we are. All right, well, the Super Bowl is considered the biggest sporting event in the United States.
It's also the big game and big news for the rest of the world.
Super Bowl access. I'm CBS 4's George Estevez. What kind of attention is America's biggest game attracting all over the world from right here in South Florida?
CBS 4 News on MY33 is brought to you by the law firm of Cohen & Cohen.
Tonight, not only are the Super Bowl teams in town, thousands of media from around the world are also starting to arrive.
CBS 4's George Estevez takes you to the center of the action where they're sending a very important message that affects all of us.
Mike in Manchester, you're on the back page. Good afternoon.
Dozens are on air now and will be in South Florida through the rest of the week.
Yeah, if you want to be people watching and you want to have a great radio show, this is absolutely the place to be this week.
I need clarification from Bob.
Doing radio shows, TV programs, setting up broadcasts and podcasts, and working online and on the phone.
Is the fact that he's touring?
Greater Fort Lauderdale Broward County Convention Center is the media mecca for all things Super Bowl, with journalists from around the world.
Yeah, that's entirely way too many. That's way too many. So that means a lot of people who got free vacations from work is what it means.
Well, we thank their stations for footing the bill and spending millions to tell the world about South Florida, and they don't even mind the weather.
I'm from Connecticut. I left my house, it was 7 degrees.
And now
I got here, it was 70.
See?
And I'll take rain any day over snow, so this is great.
Or do they?
Where else would you want to be covering it?
A place where it's a little sunny?
It's sunny. It's out there. I've heard rumors about the sun. It'll be out soon.
I'll let you know if I hear anything.
Thank you. Please send me a text.
The action happens here. Look.
But seriously, our Orlando CBS sister station in town for the game said it best.
And I think what we've realized in Florida is what's good for South Florida is good for Central Florida is good for the Panhandle. It's regionalism.
So just how many people have gathered for the big game? 4,000 media folk. That's right. They're here to cover the big game for you, and so are we. After all, CBS 4 is your Super Bowl station, so keep watching. In Fort Lauderdale, George Estevez, CBS 4 News.
Now, people have come from far and wide, from Canada, Mexico, and Japan, and more will be arriving in the next few days. So a lot of folks interested in the Super Bowl outside the U.S.
I know. And, I'm looking so forward to it because tomorrow I'll be there for Big Media Day. And you see these just enormous swarms of cameras just everywhere. Microphones all in the players' faces and everything else. I'll be one of them.
You get to hold one of the microphones for your favorite team, of course, the Colts.
The Colts, that's right. Who that? Who that?
Sorry, we're in Saints colors.
Yeah, that's okay. All right, I'm not talking to you anymore. All right, next in sports, we are less than 1 week away from Super Bowl 44 right here in South Florida.
Coming up after the break, hear from both teams as they arrive in town. Stay with us.
And now, CBS 4 Sports.
I'm Kim Bocamper. Super Sunday still 6 days away, but today it was time to get down to business. Both teams arrived in town and immediately began their preparations for number 44. The New Orleans Saints were the first to touch down at MIA with head coach Sean Payton leading the way. The pressure going to be on players like Jeremy Shockey and Reggie Bush to keep up with the Colts' dynamic offense. Now, not long after landing, the Saints were inside the Dolphins' bubble before facing all the super attention coming their way.
Or this game's covered more than ever before. So, I think the players and coaches understand, how to conduct themselves and to be humble, and certainly when you look at a team like Indianapolis who are getting ready to play.
Well, at around 5 o'clock, the hatch opened the door and the Colts signal their arrival in Fort Lauderdale. Head coach Jim Caldwell will try to bring the Colts their second Super Bowl title in the last 3 years, while Peyton Manning and the rest of Indy's Pro Bowlers waited at the team hotel. Joseph Adai and the remaining Colts soaked in the